Hey, this is Shane from Green Hills Guitar Studio, and today we're going to be talking about this Yardbirds tune, Got to Hurry. And I like to give this to my guitar students because we can work at a really foundational kind of basic blues level, and then we can introduce different chord inversions up the neck and kind of different aspects of rhythm playing. So whether you are just starting and you're a beginning player, or you've been playing for a little bit and you're looking for ways to kind of dress up your rhythm playing, get more comfortable moving around the neck, and learn some inversions, this is a good song to work on. So it's a 12-bar blues in A, so nothing crazy, and we'll start here at the 5th fret on our A, and it has that, you know, very common blues riff thing where you jump the octave, you know. So if we're starting on A, it's A, A, G, E. So it sounds like this. That's our 1 chord. For our D chord, we move from here to here. So we move to the 5th string, we look for this D, we jump the octave, we've just shifted everything 2 strings. So and for our E chord, we just move that up 2. So this is a really great song to learn because this is a really common riff. You can move it to different keys. If you're going to play it in G, it's just down here. Your 4 is right above it. Your 5. So you can take this riff and move it anywhere, different keys, and that'll be the foundational part that you hear in the tune, all right? So we're going to do this to 2 different tempos, so I'm going to do it to 2 different backing tracks. But when we start doing the next part of the lesson, we're going to start getting into different chords and different rhythms, different inversions. We're going to move it up the neck. So for that, I'm just going to do the tempo of the recording. So we'll just use the second backing track. But I'll give you this part for both tempos. So if you are a beginning player and you're just trying to, you know, learn how to move around the neck, don't get overwhelmed with the later information. You can come back to it. But what I found when I work with students is if they've been playing for a little bit, they know this, you know, this box pattern, this riff, but then they might only know a handful of different inversions, or they might just be playing all with bar chords, and we'll do some of that so that you can build up some strength and endurance in your hands. But the idea is to learn a song and really kind of mine it and get as much out of it as you can, and then be able to come up with your own parts, even if they're not on the recording. Because everything we're going to do in this song is pretty standard stuff, and it's stuff that you can take with you and play over not just different blues tunes, but different songs in general. So this is a really great way to get you moving up and down the neck, to kind of challenge your skill set and your knowledge of the neck, and introduce some different rhythms. Like we'll be doing some arpeggiating, we might do some kind of hits and holds, we might do some jabs. We'll probably be sliding in and out of some chords. So these are all pretty foundational things that you'll be able to take with you. So let me get the first backing track ready, and then we'll just jump right in. Okay, so if you look at the tab, I've basically written the song out and tabbed it out in sections. So if you look at the first page, that first 12 bars, you can see the repeat sign, so we do that twice. And at the bottom of the first page, this is the next section. You just have to watch for the repeats and make sure you take the first ending and then take the second ending, and then we'll get into the last chunk of the song. So it's pretty straight ahead. So if you get lost in the track, just remember to look out for the repeat signs, you know, the double dots, the double bars with the dots, and then make sure you take the first ending and the second ending. But if you're playing along with me, you should be fine. So let's go ahead and do this first time through at the slower tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about the right hand. I always, students will always ask me how I'm going to get that short, kind of clipped sound. And what I'm doing is I'm using the pick actually to mute. You see my hands kind of bouncing, like I'll play, and then I'll kind of lift a finger. That's kind of how I'm keeping it short, but also with my picking hand, what I'm doing, you can pick all of this down, and you should definitely try that because that's very appropriate in a lot of songs like this, because you do get a different sound if you go, and you're just kind of driving down into the strings. So you can downpick everything, but at faster tempos that can get, you know, pretty challenging. So what I'm doing with the right hand is once I play, like if you watch my picking hand, I go. So even if you don't worry too much about this hand, with the right hand I'm playing the note and then I'm getting the pick right back on the string. That's how you avoid just letting it ring all the way through. So if it's hard to mute both ways, like if you know with your left hand, just for sure do this with your right. So as soon as I play a note, I'm getting the pick right on the string to kill it. So that's how I'm getting that sound and kind of clipping it off. And in that middle section where they do that triplet thing, I am down picking it all. And I'm, you know, building into that 4 chord. So I'm going. And again, I'm using the pick to mute, to kill the strings, but I'm also using my left hand to go. So I'm lifting. I'm relieving the pressure and muting. So if you just do the right hand, that should be enough if you're having a hard time with it. So let's go ahead and jump to the full tempo of the recording. I think that one is at 110. The next one will just be 10 clicks faster, so it'll be at 120. Okay, so I'll get the track ready and then we'll do that one. Okay, that's pretty fun. Now we're gonna go back and we're gonna start going through these 6 lessons where we'll add another part on top of that. Now these parts that we're going to add, they're not on the original recording. Everything we've done so far, that one guitar part, that's on the original recording. And we're not doing the solo. We'll come back and do that another time. So now let's start looking at these other lessons and bringing in a secondary guitar part. So this part we just did, it'll be panned to one side. These other guitar parts, we'll put them on the other side so that you can hear them more distinctly. All right, I'll see you in a minute.